What's popping, guys? It's still your show, The Discuss Room with Kayode. And we are here to talk about a very vital topic, a very sensitive topic, which is DNA. Should it be done at birth or not done at all? And I have my host with me as we do this always.
Yes.
Tommy Fak in the building. Tommy Fak, what's good?
I'm good, my bro. You're welcome to the discussion with computer. You know how we give you guys back to back.
Now, today it's a very exciting topic and a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
DNA, should it be done at birth? Because DNA, to my little understanding of DNA, I know DNA is a genetic mutation from the father to the son or daughter to the offsprings. Let me put it in quotes, in which you can identify your offsprings that yes, these are my offsprings. So DNA should it be done by birth or after birth, by birth or not done at all? What's your idea on DNA?
For me, I feel like the word DNA, like what brought about DNA, mostly I feel is because of trust issues that we have in marriages.
Okay.
So because I feel like if there is nothing like trust issues, there is no problem, we don't have any issues with ourselves, I don't think there's any reason for me to doubt my wife.
Okay.
If the kids she have for me is mine or not. So I feel like what brought about the whole DNA thing is because we don't trust each other.
Okay.
Or because you just want to be sure if these kids are mine. And for you not to be sure if the kids are yours, that means something must have triggered that to happen. So if it is not trust, it might probably be like maybe there's an health issue or any problem that you have that you need to like test your blood or something like that. So if there are no reasons, I don't think there's any reason for everybody to want to do DNA either from birth or when you're grown or something. So what triggered it? The DNA saga, or like just of recent, I feel like the reasons why DNA are more now popular now is because of the recent happenings in the society, in marriages. You see a situation whereby men maybe want to do a traveling document or something like that, and they realize that they need to do DNA for the kids to know if the kids is theirs, or they will have an health issues or something, and they realize that okay, they want to do DNA, and then after they did the DNA, they realize like the things that happened, that the kids are probably not theirs or something like that. So I think that is the reasons why the DNA trend is now going viral now. Like, but I want to say something. The thing is, I feel like the kids are not to be are not to suffer for all of this, because once you realize the kids you've been nurturing are not yours, then it becomes a problem for you as a parent. Like, it becomes a problem because when you trust your wife, you don't want to think about your wife cheating on you or doing something else. You understand? So you want to believe that the kids she has for you is yours. So the reasons why you would want to do it is probably because you do not trust who you got married to. So the question is, who do you marry? Who is your wife?
I think lately a lot of people have been saying it's not about the wife. Okay. It's about, there are sometimes you trust your wife that your wife loves you. You guys love you. Maybe having a rosy relationship, a rosy marriage, and something happened. We do lose people out of love. You understand? Like, I may be in love with a lady, and maybe the lady also loves me, and it gets to at a point, she starts losing the love for me and affection. You get me? So at that point in time, if she had an extramarital affairs or maybe an other affair outside and give birth to, maybe get pregnant to someone else, and we are still married, it automatically makes him my child. So it still boils down to me. I have to do the DNA.
For me, I feel like when you feel like you fell out of love, why are you still in the marriage? If you fell out of love, learn to communicate with your man. Marriage is not do or die. Let's not put ourselves in a box that you must get married, like you must stay in your marriage till forever. even when things are not going well for you. It's not do or die affairs. I feel like it is better you communicate with your man if you feel like it's not working any longer. You're not
Okay.
in love with this person. It's normal. And I always say something to people. At the point when you get married to people, you should know something at the back of your mind that love is not going to keep your marriage.
Hmm.
At a point, you fall out of love. So the
With that
things that
person
keep
you
your
are
marriage
living
is either the understanding that you guys have for each other and all of this. Because at the end of the day, your wife will not be as beautiful as she
She
was
was in the
back then.
past. Okay.
So like things are going to happen in the marriage whereby you might not even see your wife as that person any longer. So at that time, it's understanding that will keep the marriage. But for a woman that now feels like you are not in love with this man again, and then you feel like you want to have a marital affair outside, I feel like you should just break up with the man or divorce the man and probably go and maybe you might have met another man that you're in love with, that you fell in love with. Why not just divorce with this one and then go with that one? Because it's a trauma for men
to know that
to
this
know
child
that
is not
at
mine.
the end of the day you've been nurturing this child from birth till like how many years, and then you just realize that the child you've been nurturing is not yours. It's a very big, like it's so sad to hear.
There was a show I was watching online, and I have to say it's very traumatic for the man. I guess he gave birth. He was dating this so-called woman. Then along the way they gave birth, and the next thing was they say he wasn't paying child support. He had to go to jail for 2 years for not paying child support. After coming back from jail, they had to go to court, and at the end of the day, they said they should do a DNA. And he found out that he's not the owner of the child.
Look at cases like that. Cases like that are so many in our society. So what are you going to tell? Like, how do you want that kind of person to feel when you have invested so much in your marriage, you invested so much in your kids, giving them so much education and everything because of your kids. You cannot eat because your kids haven't eaten. You are working because
a lot of sacrifices.
A lot of sacrifices for them, and then years to come later, you just realize that the kids are not yours. I want to say something about this DNA of the thing. You know that sometimes it is not about the women doing having extramarital affairs outside. Sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it might be a case of child swap in the hospital.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
There are so many like that.
Yeah.
That I feel like the government needs to, or I don't know, maybe it's the government or like the hospitals, because we have private hospitals and we have public hospitals. So maybe they need to do more. Maybe if they should like investigate those nurses more, because there are a lot of cases like that whereby the child are changed at birth.
They swap at birth.
They are swapped at birth. Yes, there are scenarios like that has happened in our society. So sometimes it is not that your wife cheated on you with someone else. It might be that there's a child swap in the hospital. So what are we going to say in cases like that? Wow. How do we know? Because at the end of the day, when they do the DNA and they realize that it is 0%, that is none of your blood
matches the baby.
So where do we go from there? Where do we go from
there?
So how do we know if the wife swap, if it was a swap, or your wife had something outside of the marriage? So it's a very sensitive case, a very sensitive matter to like handle as in a marriage, because many of that as like we have a lot of broken marriage because of DNA saga or DNA issues. And then I feel like it is important, just like we said from the beginning, that if you feel like you are not like in love with this man anymore,
or you are not feeling this,
or you are not feeling this thing anymore, or this thing is not working, because like I said, love is going to end. What keeps us is probably our understanding for each other, the respect we have for each other, and all of these things. Then if you feel like the respect is not coming again, there's no understanding, there's no respect, there's nothing, it's not just working. I feel like for you to cheat outside, why not just end the marriage? Why not just end the marriage? You shouldn't You shouldn't like hurt a man to a point where you have extramarital affairs with someone outside, and then the man realizes that that baby is not yours. Because at the end of the day, for a man, if a man should cheat outside and have a baby outside, it's a different case from you. Because at the end of the day, it is not you are not the one that carried the pregnancy.
See,
It's another woman.
man,
So it's not a
like,
case of it is the woman's baby. When it's not a case of that.
Yeah,
It is a case of
that.
Is either you accept
the baby
polygamous,
polygamous,
or you walk out of the marriage if you cannot accept it.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is what I would like say about that. So
about the baby swap you were saying, I think there was a story also I had, like this woman gave birth, and I think he gave birth to a baby girl or so, and I think in that was someone also gave birth. So I think that person was expecting a baby boy or girl. So there was the story trended online, and there was a swap in the hospital, and this woman kept saying, "This is not my baby. I know my baby." Then they had to do a lot of investigation. It became a very catastrophic thing that they had to do the DNA and discover that they swapped the baby had really happened at the hospital. And
these things are really happening in
the society,
in the hospitals. They are really happening. I will not lie to you. I feel like we need to be vigilant. Like when your wife is giving birth
going into the
theater room, we need to be more vigilant about like this whole thing, because these things happen and it has been happening for long. It has been happening for long. Who knows? Maybe when we are giving birth, some things has happened. For me, now my papa resumed. Because we did DNA, you know, say now my people are resumed. But we have a lot of things like that. That is why when you grow up, like you see some kids acting in some type of way, and then when they do maybe the child is sick, it's like they just getting sick and sick all the time, and they try to check whatever it is, you understand. And sometimes they try to do maybe some spiritual stuff, and they realize that this baby is more like having.
Yeah, we still even go to that. Like there is a way they do DNA back in the days.
You understand?
Like they do DNA, they say they'll pour the water on traditional way of doing DNA. You understand? And everything.
So I feel like there are many things, you know, because of what's it called, things that's involved now, and people we no longer do our tradition any longer. Everybody is just like following the trend and just want to follow the
what the white man has done.
So I feel like it is very important, because you know, having that discussion with your wife, telling your wife that you want to have a DNA, or let's have a DNA. It's going to break
the marriage. Yeah, it triggers something else.
Because the woman will start feeling like
I don't trust her anymore.
And then, so I feel like that conversation, it's a very hard conversation to have, and then it's something that I feel like couples need to find a balance on how to have that kind of conversation between themselves. Like we should both understand that we are not doing this thing because we don't trust each other. What if we just want to? Let's just know that let's just do this thing because of like probably the swap that we talked about. Maybe we can use that as a how do I put it? Maybe we can just use that as an understanding between us that the reason why we want to do this thing
is to know that this baby is our genuine baby.
You understand?
But most ladies won't like that, because if you look in the case of Mohbad's issue, now they've been telling this woman to do a DNA for a very long time, and then she was like, she's not doing any DNA. They should leave her for now. And I was like, if you are so sure this is the father of the baby, why don't you do a DNA? DNA does not cost any harm. Like, I don't know why women are so afraid to do a DNA. I don't think, is there any about something
the Mohbad case? Yeah, I feel like the wife is just I think she's doing more damage to the case, in my own opinion.
Yeah, okay.
With respect to their family, but I just feel like what she's doing, she's doing too much. She's acting in a way that will make people start thinking that maybe something is really
fishy about
their relationship. There was a video she did, and she said Mohbad is the only guy that has met her before, like she hasn't met any man. I feel like why not just go and do this
The
thing and
DNA and
just
leave all this
and just
story.
let these people that are disturbing you, let them go in shame. Just do this thing and let these people go in shame. At the end of the day, they will be the one to be ashamed of it.
Ashamed of
Because
themselves.
at the end of the day, you have like
Vindicated
yourself from all of this mess that you put yourself into. So I feel like it's very important for you to know that aside from the fact that they said it is the woman that will decide if she wants to do
a
DNA
DNA or they
or-
get a court in
order
judgment or
stuff like
something.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like before all those court orders and all, since you are so sure that no man has slept with you aside mobile, why not just run this thing, make everything just end, you know,
And at
understand?
the end of the day.
Because I will not lie to you, it's more reasons why people want to even know if these kids are mine. You know, there was one thing that traded one time like that about one affair like that married one woman like that the woman, you know, probably say like the woman gave birth to the child and the child like start getting sick and sick and sick. And the man just want to be sure, like, what's wrong with this baby? Why is this baby getting sick? And the man is trying to take the child abroad.
Yeah, to get I think
yeah. And then they ask the man to do DNA for the child before they can
take
come
him
together
abroad. Yeah, for blood samples.
And then now realize that
he's not the owner.
The child is not. And that's a very sad situation, you know. So it is a trauma for men if that kind of thing happens, because it's so sad. It's so sad. I don't know how to. I don't know if there's any way to
shape it or to.
But I understand that there are some men that things like that has actually happened to.
Sure.
And they just feel like maybe because of the connection they've had with the baby,
yeah,
and all of these things, they just feel like they just want to let go.
Yeah, actually, I won't lie.
It's not it's not very easy for you to have that kind of thing.
I know of a scenario that happened that played out when I was in Agege. I won't lie. The scenario played out where the man just came in the afternoon, and the man came, asked for the child. I think the child is somehow 9 years old to 10 years old. Asked for the child and said, "This is my child," and took the child away. Whereas I think the man was having some little issues with his work and everything. Then he went out spiritually. From where he went out spiritually, they told him, "You have a child somewhere," and he knows that he's the owner of that child.
Okay.
But at that time, I think he was not ready to father a child. So he just, when the spiritual people told him, "You have a child somewhere and you need to go and get back the child is your blessing," all sorts of things. And he had to go back on the odd Sunday afternoon and picked up the child. And everybody was like, so this man is not the man. The mother couldn't even talk, because she actually knows herself
that the baby is not for the
man,
for the husband, or
for the husband is married to. So it's a very big trauma. Like a child of 10 years old, you'll be spending all your hard earnings to nurture. At the end of the day, you
realize that it's not your baby.
So
it's a sad situation now.
In this situation, I want to ask a question again. What do you think men could do to phantom this out? Should they do the DNA at birth, or do they do it, let me say, at birth, or should they not do it at all, or just let them just have at the back of my mind, "This is my baby"?
The thing is, it depends. Like that, I feel like it's your choice at the end of the day, as a man, to choose to want to do it, and if you don't want to do it as well, because like I said, the kids are innocent. They don't know anything.
They'll be the one to suffer.
You understand? The kids are innocent. They don't know anything. So as a man, if you feel like you don't want to hurt these kids, or because of the love and like the connection you have with them, for the kids, you don't want that kind of situation to break because you already love the child. You might not. You understand? But you can probably have the conversation with your mother. Now that I find out that this baby is not mine, who is the father of this baby? You understand? Who is the father of this baby? So let's know who is the father of this baby. You understand? Maybe when we get to know it behind our back, maybe we can have the conversation behind the back. Maybe the children might not, like, maybe we won't let them know about it. But I just feel like there is nothing that is hidden. But at the end of the day, there are scenarios that will happen in the future.
The child will know
the father. What if the child has an health issue that we
And we
need,
need to
like
treat,
something like that. We
yeah.
need to, So I feel like couples just need to have like an understanding on how to have this
But I
conversation.
won't lie to you, nobody will ever take it lenient. Knowing you
Obviously,
are fathering
nobody's
a
going
child,
to take it lightly.
a
But
child,
so that's why I say like couples need to like find like
a level
a level playground
playground
to have the
talk about
conversation
it.
with themselves and then try and understand that we are not doing this thing because of anybody. We are in this together, and this is not about trust or no trust. This is just what we needed to do. Or in a way, maybe the government should just like make it
DNA free,
like a free something whereby we can easily just check. Or if at the end of the day, I feel like it's important for you to know if the person you are nurturing is your child.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a normal thing to know. So just have that conversation with yourself. So that means
if you are having 8 babies, you are doing 8 DNAs.
Yes, it is free from the government. So I don't think it should be a problem for us to have.
For me, I don't think that should be free because there will be a lot of conflict
in the country. That's actually the truth.
Okay. Moving away from that also, let's talk about, we are still on the DNA issue. Okay. So the DNA of the thing is here. What about you getting to find out like, okay, you have 5 children, then only 2 out of 5 is yours, or probably only 3 out of 5 is yours. What do you think that scenario could
What happened between that? What caused the break? That is the
question.
Like we've been having you have some people even do it like, let me be the firstborn is yours, the second born might not be yours, the third born is yours. That is how some women can be.
So that means it's the woman cheating already.
Yes,
because if you have, let me say, if you have the firstborn and the secondborn as yours, then let's say probably the third to the rest. That's why I said some woman probably fall out of love.
That is why I said communicate. Communication is the bedrock of every marriage. If you are not in love with this man anymore, instead of you cheating outside, instead of you like doing all those extra
marital affairs,
you understand? Why not just end it with that man? Because why would you want to be in a marriage with a man and then you are having extra with another man outside, and then you point whereby you guys now go pregnant for that man, then you now bring it home for the man. I think that's evil. That's a sad situation. That is sad. So I don't think it's something that should happen. I don't think it's something that we should just like let it slide or let it go like that. So I feel like it's something that you should know as a woman. Why are you going to cheat? Why are you cheating in your marriage?
Yeah, another issue came up about this thing. Another issue came up about this DNA thing. Now let's have it. In advanced country, if you are not paying child support, you have a tendency for going to serving jail terms. Okay. And now, let's say if paternity fraud, should there be a jail term for it? Like ladies that do paternity fraud, should there be a jail term? If let's give an example. If it was the hospital that swapped the baby and I found out, I have the right to sue the hospital to court or the doctor, then the jail term. Now, I don't think there is anywhere in our law currently where paternity fraud is a jailable offense. So what can you say about that? Should they set the jail term for paternity fraud?
That's a hard question too. Because it's hard, seeing the wife, someone you are in love with, go to jail
because of paternity fraud.
Because of that. But at the same time, it's something that can ruin the life of a man. You understand? It can ruin the life of a man. Some people, because of that, have killed themselves. Some men have killed themselves because they realize that the baby is not theirs. So it's very hard to. I think it should be something to be. It's something that I don't want to be harsh on the women, but I feel like if it's a jailable offense, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it because something that can kill someone, something that can live psychologically, something that a man can get like mentally healed for that.
To
A man
life.
for life. It is
Yeah, I've heard
psychological.
of a story
It's a
before
psychological
of a
problem.
man that discovered that I think
It's a
two
psychological
two
problem.
out of his
So I
then
feel
he
like
committed suicide.
it's worth it if it's like it's worth it. But
there's
if it is a case of if like a swap or something, how do we know? That is why I come in. Like that's where I feel like it's going to be hard to do it because what if that baby was swapped? What if your wife did not even cheat on you? What if it was a swap? So at the end of the day, the woman becomes the victim because she did not even
know.
She did not even cheat. Look at someone that is trying to give birth on the labor room. She has done all she could to give birth. She pushed and the baby came out. As at that time, she doesn't even know what is going on. So what if they swap the baby when she gave birth? So how do we now do that? It's a hard situation to it's hard to do. Maybe are we not going to say we should go and be checking spiritual something to know if truly it was swapped or it wasn't swapped? So that is where the issue is. So I feel like that is why it's going to be hard for us until maybe from the government side that they make sure that from the hospital there's nothing like swap
at all.
Like everywhere is being checked. There's CCTV everywhere and everything everywhere.
The CCTV can't be in the theater room.
No, it can be. Why? Why not? Yeah. CCTV can be in the theater room. Why not? Why shouldn't it be? It's not something hidden. Like it's not like they want to. It's CCTV. It may be for like research or something. It's an important thing. How do we see videos of
doctors
people, online without cameras? Because of the cameras that there be like a problem, because it's normal like to have like, because we see like videos of like doctors like in the labor room when they, so I think maybe when the government does that, maybe, but I just feel like the conversation like just needs to be had, like couples needs to have that conversation. They just need to find a balance about the way they think they can have such conversation. Because maternity fraud has been something that has been there.
Yeah, it has been something from the only day it's happening now.
And it's still going to happen in the future. But my advice for the ladies, for our women, is please stop sending the men to a holy grave. Let's, if you know that you are no longer in love with this man and you don't want to stay in the marriage, it is better you move out.
Sure. Now why landlady get up plenty past landlord?
Understand. So that's what I can say about that.
Okay, thank you very much. Now moving to trending topics in the week, and this week here, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, the president or the government, let me say the government added 0.05 to either 0.05 or 0.000.5 or 5, the way everybody analyzed it, to the bank charges again. For the bank charges, we have the duty stamp, we have the card maintenance, we have the SMS alert. Talk about everything. Now another tax has been added to the banking sector. Tomifa, what did you see about this thing? Like, I don't understand. Is it just tax for this government?
My bro, let me remove my glass. Was that this particular one topic is a very funny topic. I think our government, I don't know the kind of government we have. I think, I don't know, maybe they said, it is the way that you are that God is going to like
give you a
leader, or I don't know how the scriptures talk about it. But I feel like I don't know the way our government are thinking. You understand? Nigeria, people are so poor now. Like the way the economy has been from the inception of this government, I think there are more people in poverty now
than
even before.
So the increases of poverty.
So now imagine, let's say, almost 90-something million Nigerians are not doing anything. Are poor. 90-something million people are poor. And then you think that what you can do as a government is to keep taxing those people that are poor. Like, how are they thinking? Who is like what is I don't know how
Like
these
who are the
governments-
advisors?
I don't know who is advising them. I don't know who is teaching them.
The
Like
ministers.
you just remove subsidy. You remove subsidy. Added money on electricity.
Okay.
Gas has gone up. Inflation all over the country. Things are very, very expensive. That alone keeps people in poverty. That alone keeps people in poverty.
Now additional taxes.
Now you are now saying you want to add additional tax
Hmm.
to what they do. Let me tell you, this government, I don't know how they think. What the government should do. Okay, before I go to what they should do. Like, I feel like it is worrisome in the sense that I don't know, maybe, you know, the president, when he was campaigning, he said something about widening the tax net, further slow down the economy. I think he's actually doing what he promised, because that is what he actually said. So I feel like you're adding more tax on the people that are poor.
Oh, okay.
Minimum wage
It's not been
hasn't
increased.
been implemented yet. You're already adding tax. For like a year now, Nigerians have been suffering from all this fuel subsidy,
And everything, yeah.
and we have been coping with it for the past 1 year now. You have not increased what's it called yet.
There's
fuel
petroleum
price now
scarcity and everything.
Is around 1,000 naira now for fuel. You are still increasing tax. As how are they even sleeping? Don't they have any? You don't have empathy at all. Like you don't. I don't know what is wrong with this government. You want to tax people, and they are in poverty. This is what you should do as a government. We have over 90 million plus people in poverty. The government, before you can tax them, why not try and take these people out of poverty so that you can now tax them? Before you
by increasing minimum wage.
Before you tax people, let them start making money. Like the SMEs, give them loans
and everything.
Let people start making money first. Then you can now tax them.
They are dispersing 50,000 naira for SMEs.
You collect them.
I never see my own.
50,000 naira, bro. What is 50,000 naira to be suffering that Nigerians have been suffering for how many years? For like a year now, Nigerians have been suffering from the inception of this government. I don't think there has ever been a time we have enjoyed this government like this 1 year. I know that they used to say like, you know, the beginning is going to be rough, but my bro, the way Sunday is going to be, now Saturday you go to say, tomorrow will sweet. Like look at people are dying in poverty, bro. People are suffering.
You are increasing it, and
look at inflation.
You will make people lose interest in banking because people will start keeping their cash at hand. Nobody will want to transfer.
Because how would I want to imagine? You're a saving account. I sell gadgets now.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I sell gadgets. Imagine someone wants to buy a gadget of like 1 million naira from me. Okay, so if the person transfer that 1 million naira to me, okay, that person will be charged, right?
Sure. For transfer fee.
For the transfer fee, I think for 1,000 naira, 0.05 for that 1,000 naira, for that 1 million naira, I think it's around 10,000 naira or so.
10,000 naira for 1 million.
Yeah, I think it's around 10,000 naira for 1 million naira. Or if it's not about that, I think it should be around.
Maybe like
it should be around that. Because 0.005 for 1,000 naira is 5 naira. For 10,000 naira will be 10 naira. I think for 10,000 for 100,000 naira will be 100 naira. I think.
So let's just approximate.
Let's just maybe it's around 10,000 naira for 1 million naira. Now imagine. For me as well, if I have to transfer that money to probably my suppliers, they are still going to charge
you again.
Another money again. So, like, where are we going to write that? Is it that I'm going to tell you that, bro, if you are sending me money, you have charges. You have charges. You have never do business with you again. Imagine, they are just killing people out of. You're taking people out of. Like, I don't know how this government are thinking. I don't know who is advising them. Like, these people just wake up in the morning and just make that decision that they have to, that they have added, just like that. As I want to know when NSA becomes a revenue institution, this thing in the country,
in the country.
national security or agency or something or whatever.
That's what this is cyber security.
Is that department is under NSC? NSC,
Okay.
that is National Security Agency. I don't
Something.
know, something security. So when our security becomes something that you make money from, like
From.
revenue from,
From
like I don't understand what is government. I
who
don't
is
know,
supposed to be funding?
like which law states that NSA should be
generating funds
generating
from Nigeria?
from money from Nigerians? Like which law supports that? Like what are these people? Who are these people leading us? I don't understand what they are doing to us. Because they are killing businesses, they are killing the youth. Inflation all over the place. You cannot go to the market and buy food. 5,000 naira food is a problem for you. How do you only want to buy 5,000? You cannot cook stew now with 5,000 naira. Before you buy chicken 1 kilo, my bro, your money don't finish. I want to buy pepper. I want to buy groundnut oil. I want even palm oil. I want to buy. You can't see people can't use different style now. People are now using atabubu and tomato paste together to cook cook stew.
You know, out of all these things, I want to say, like, what interests me most is that now people will start putting their money at cash. Nobody will have interest in actually saying, yes, I am putting my money in the bank anymore since the charges are high. 1, 2, don't you think there will be rampant stealing? Like when people know you have cash at hand, you don't put your bank just because the interest.
How do you even put the cash at hand? You cannot do that. Imagine now, I want to buy something from you online. So am I going to bring the 1 million naira in cash to you?
To your office?
To your office. Maybe I don't even know you. I just want to patronize you. Am I going to bring the cash to you, your office? So I cannot do that. So it is not possible. What about you? So if you want to buy something from your wholesalers or you have to take 10 million naira. Maybe you want to buy 10 million naira. You have to go out without 10 million. How do you withdraw 10 million naira? Are they even giving 10 million naira
at the counter?
They are not doing that. So the government know what they are doing. I feel like we just have people in government that they just believe that they can do whatever
they can do and undo.
They can just do anything and they will go away with it. Yes, they'll be going away with it. Because obviously, the only ways we can get these people out of office is through votes. And they will suppress you guys. If it is true votes, that is the only means you can take a government out of the office.
Sure.
If it is the true votes, they will do something for you not to be for that thing not to happen. They will rather rig the votes. They will rather allow you. They will suppress you from voting. They will make the vote look like you won't even have interest in the votes, so that they can do the abracadabra and do whatever it is they can do. They just want to continue milking us. They want situation whereby the haves and the have-nots. You understand? The bourgeoisie and the proletariat. That's the way it is. Like the capitalists just want to be rich, while the proletariat keeps getting poor. That's how it is. The rich want to become rich, while the poor become more poorer. They don't even want you guys to get closer. Because if you get closer to them, you will challenge them. So they will rather impoverish you guys to keep being poor. It is what they've done. That is the way government works. They will allow you people to get so poor to an extent where you cannot even challenge them. That is why they will come. The next 4 years again, they will come. They will give you rice because they have impoverished you. They'll give you rice. They'll give you groundnut oil. They'll give you spaghetti, and they'll give you 1,000 naira. Because and you see people queuing for that to get it. Why? Because they have already made you poor already. So they don't even have a choice. That is what they do. So that is how capitalists do their thing. So if you are thinking that these people are going to do something for us, my bro, you see, these people just have, by next year, if things didn't change by next year, by 2026, my bro, there's nothing going on again. The only thing going on is about election. They start campaigning for the next 2 years now. They start campaigning. So that means that what do they now want to do for the first 4 years is nothing. Look at abandoned roads. Look at Abeokuta Expressway. Lagos Abeokuta Expressway.
Abandoned,
and they are fighting for one coastal road. Coastal Road that, imagine they want to do Coastal Road, they did not do bidding. Like, you want to actually do Coastal Road of that amount. They did not do any biddings. Like, they give it directly to the company. It's supposed to be something that this company will come, this company they will bid for, like, do the
project
for the project before you can get the project. The project is not something you just get like that. Hi-Tech just got the project on the platter of gold. Nothing happened.
It's from I know you.
He is the friend of the president now. The owner of Hi-Tech is the friend of the president, and the son of the president is also working at a subsidiary with the Hi-Tech. So it is still the same. You know, at the end of the day, the what's it called? The road they want to do now, almost how many billions or trillions are they like budgeting for that road? And they will have abandoned projects everywhere. They are not fixing those ones. They want to just start something so that they will know that
the road already.
They started so that they will be like, it is Tinubu that do this one. It is that is just what the title is, what they are just fighting. They are just fighting, and I am just like the youth. I don't understand the youth. I don't know how these people are selling themselves to us and they were accepting it. How are we accepting these people that we know? We know that they have nothing to offer. But in the next 3 years now,
they come again with
they will still send the same youth to come and meet us and come. I still want to know how they want to convince you, someone like me, that
I vote for them.
I should vote for them again. Because I do not understand all of what is going on in this country. We are in disarray. Everybody just do what they like. Nothing is going on. And I will tell you, my advice for anybody is, please don't fight anybody at this time. Don't fight anybody.
Everybody is in the angry mode.
If they go for road, person match you, just tell
leave them. Sorry, they go.
You don't push person if you die. People are walking. Walking dead. Depression all over the way. You just see some people are just walking, think they are okay. Don't push them. If you push them, don't go with that. Some people are just waiting for someone to kill them. Like, they are dead, but they are just waiting for someone to just like this.
I just faint.
Just die.
I shall make me.
So it's very important. So I don't know how the government is going to, but I'm going to tell you, the only way to tax people is to take people out of poverty. Take them out of poverty and tax them. But if they are still poor, like bro, and you are taxing them, you want to kill them. Yeah? That's all I can.
You have to push them to the wall to an extent where they'll face you.
That's all I can say. So,
I think you've enjoyed the podcast today, and Tommy Fack has said a lot about the DNA, about the 0.5, 0.5, 1.5, anyone they want to do. I think the government should just try to just take it easy on everything. And if you're out there as a man, try to do your DNA, take the fact right, know if it's your child or not. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next episode of the show. Thank you.